Okay, cool. Are we on? We are. Welcome to the Coffee Slut Podcast. Today I have an incredible guest. I've been so excited. I told her when she came back, I was like, you need to get on the podcast. We have Miss Abigail.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be on.
I'm so excited. We were chatting for 30 minutes before we even started, but I was so excited to get you here because you moved. And I was like, she's so
Yes.
far away.
No, literally so far. Like Iceland far away, everybody.
Iceland far away. So I want to start off with just a couple questions because you are a big runner. And we'll
Yeah.
talk about Apex a little bit before we get into your story. But I want to ask you, be honest, what's the biggest lie runners tell themselves?
What is the biggest lie runners tell themselves? That they're recovered.
Oh,
That they're recovered. I think with the way that some training blocks can get, you're running so frequently, and also with the social media running and everybody looking like they're running all the time, feeling good all the time, then a lot of people like to jump in mileage very quickly, and you will burn yourself into the ground. And so, yeah, the biggest lie that
The
runners tell
biggest lie?
themselves, is that we're good. We're good. We're recovered. I feel great.
Most unhinged thought you've had mid-run.
I have thought this is actually during track season. So it was a long time ago, but the most unhinged thought was if I looked at a curb and I said if I slam my ankle into that curb as hard as possible and I break my ankle, I won't have to run.
Stop.
I'm not even I'm not even kidding. I'm not joking. The 400-meter run race will be the death of me.
This might be a controversial one, but you let me know.
Okay.
Do you think run clubs are low-key dating scenes?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. There's a huge difference and delineation I make between run club and running group.
Okay.
I think running groups are where people go to actually train, and I think run clubs are where people go when they're hungover and want to find somebody to hook up with. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
And my answers are the truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay, perfect. So I want to start off with I'm over it. Apex. We both are competing
Yes.
this weekend. How do you feel?
I think I feel like anybody who's in a taper that also is ready for their training block to be done, which is I just feel kind of dead, tired,
Honestly.
and a little bit over it. And when you enter a taper, there should be a level of fatigue that you experience. You know this. People, if you're listening to this and you've competed anything, you know this. But it gets so in your head because you're like, I put 16 weeks of work into feeling like absolute shit. What is happening? So we'll see what goes on the day of Apex. But I just, it at this point on Thursday, I think I'm like just now starting to feel better, which is usually what happens in a taper. How do you feel about Apex?
I'm excited to get the block over with. I'm excited to just finish it.
Yeah.
I'm not even nervous. I'm excited to like, okay, we're almost done.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous, but it's also because in some ways, even though I've prepared through the training block, I have not prepared in that I didn't do a lot of testing. So
okay.
I'm more nervous of like, Abigail, go in with realistic expectations for yourself because I have not really set any expectations for myself, and I don't want to go and then finish and be like pissed off with results that I never even dreamed of having or getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does the audience know what Apex is?
No, I haven't told them.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to tell them?
Yeah. Apex is a 7-event fitness competition. It's new, and I think it is going to blow up. It's already becoming very popular. They're doing one in Chicago. I think they're planning one in like
San Diego.
San Diego. Yeah. So it's definitely getting bigger, but it is a fast 40. It is a approach jump for height, a broad jump for distance, a med ball toss over the head for distance. It is a max reps on trap bar deadlift for females. It's at 275.
It just went up, by the way.
Just went up. It was 225. Now it's 275. And then it's max reps on bench press at 115 pounds for girls, and then a mile for time.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a mix between the NFL Combine and like a decathlon. Just sort of like if it had a love child.
I always tell the girls like NFL Combine, they're like, what's that? I'm like, okay, so it's like the tryout to get into NFL.
Yeah. It's
like,
like the
okay.
things you do that's not football that helps you
To
get a
get-
lot of money in football.
Exactly. So it's like kind of the tryout. I just said like elements pulled from there, kind of.
Yeah.
But we've been training for a while. I think I
Dude.
started like a little bit after the first one, and then I got intense in January.
Which is when
Me
you
and
and
you
I
both started. Yep.
Mhm.
So little funny backstory because I met you briefly. You probably don't remember. That's fine. At the Coach 'em Up. I met you like briefly. I think it was like
Okay.
through a walk, or all the girls were in the bathroom like talking. And then
Oh.
whenever Tim texted, "Hey, there's gonna be another female," I was like, "Thank God." I was like, I don't want to be the
Because
only.
we were doing an NFL combine. We were interns at
Yes.
the combine prep that Tim Riley was
Yes.
hosting.
So then I was like,
But we didn't know each other before the combine
like,
started.
yeah. I was like, okay, Abigail. I'm like, which Abigail is he talking about? I'm like, I probably don't know her. Probably
No.
somebody here.
No.
And then, and then whenever you came, I was like, oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. But honestly, you made that experience so much fun.
Oh,
Because
thanks.
like, I mean, I'm a tomboy. I grew up a tomboy. I was going to tell you that. And I know I would have been fine, but I think I get a little bit more professional when I'm just around all the guys.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when you were just like, I was like, you know what? Let me let loose. Let me just like fucking, whatever.
Yeah. It also just depends on what kind of combine prep you're doing and how you're showing up. We both have had history with combine preps
Mhm.
before, but this particular one, I was just very comfortable because I had experience, and then also I know Tim personally. Obviously, I know Blaine personally. He's my boyfriend. I know Dan personally. Like, I knew a lot of the coaches, and also the guys. Like, if for anybody who doesn't know, if you're going to the combine, you're coming out of they're guys that are in college that are trying to go to the NFL. So these guys are like 21, 22 years
Yes.
old. So when you think about it, you're going into it, and I'm like, I'm older than you little fucks. What's up? So that's why I just have a good time when I'm there, and I just joke around with them and kind of mess around with them, because it's also, the combine is like 12 weeks of really hard work. They're
6
stressed.
days a week.
They're stressed out of their mind. They're not trying to be stressed, but it's like their entire careers potentially on the line. So
Mhm.
like, they want to joke.
They
You
want to
know-
mess around. I like every time I was around them and they were obviously making inappropriate jokes. I'm like, you know what? It's not that serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is, but it isn't. Like whenever we're just having fun.
Was there potentially a minuscule penis that was tossed around during the...
I was thinking about that.
There was, and it's fine. Did I use it most out of all of the guys? Yes.
Who brought it?
I did. Tanner brought it.
Okay. Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Of course he
And
did.
but I utilized it. I messed with them so much. Anytime they finished a sprint, it was like sitting there.
I kid you not. I saw Tim come up to the bag. I didn't see it. Tim came up to a duffel bag and he just starts laughing.
I didn't know either.
And then I said, is he losing it? Is he like just laughing at this bag?
Which is actually like not missing a mark for Tim. That would be a Tim thing.
And then I'm like, wait, what is he laughing at? And then I saw it. I was like, of course he's laughing at this. Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, that was pretty much it. But NFL draft is today.
Today.
I know. I was gonna talk to you about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that the guys, this is first round, so I don't know if we're gonna see really too many of our guys this year go in first round, just because again, XPE they did Fort Lauderdale, they have expanded to Austin, so not all of their best guys are going to Austin, right? It's the first year they're doing it in Austin. It just makes sense. But I mean, I think Friday, Saturday we'll start seeing some guys getting drafted.
Dude, I saw them. I think they did great.
They did amazing.
I think they did amazing.
Especially at all their pro days. Pro days, I was like, hey, good Lord.
Dude, Rob?
Yep. Killed it. His first, he was not happy with his 40 time at the combine. But his pro day, I mean, his pro day times were phenomenal. So
can you explain what a pro day is for people?
Yes.
Because I was very confused whenever they kept saying pro day. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I didn't either when I first started doing helping out at NFL combine camps. But the NFL combine is the official, like, this is where the guys go, all of the scouts are to potentially get drafted to the NFL. It's where you can showcase all of these skills that you've been working on. 40-yard dash, 5-10-5 drill, like drills and runs and things like that, bench press, whatever. And if you do not get an invite to the combine, you have a chance to go to your college for what is called a pro day and run a combine.
Mhm.
It's not a mock combine. I don't want to say, it's just a less official combine that scouts will still go to and look at numbers at, so that the guys that don't get an invite will still have a chance to get drafted, because maybe the guys didn't get an invite because they just weren't a huge player a particular season.
Mhm.
They didn't get a lot of playtime that season. They had an injury they were dealing with, whatever it may be. They didn't have maybe an impressive season,
Mm-mm.
but they still have a chance to showcase some skills at a pro day and get drafted, or even sign on as a free agent to get onto an NFL
Yep.
team.
Mhm. And honestly, that was a great experience for me for my first one. It was fun. I
Yeah.
was at C4 Nutribulk
God,
headquarters.
amazing facility.
I love it. I'm sad that I don't go anymore, but oh my God, everybody was like, because I have the jacket now, or I wear the
Yes.
shirt. Everybody that I see at the gym, how the fuck did you get in there? How did you get in access? I'm like, I just have connections, bro.
I just know people,
I
bro.
just know people, but I tell them like it's exclusive. You have to know people there. It's just a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I DM'd one of the guys that works there, and he was like, "Are you guys in town?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming to harass you." So I literally went to the gym, and I was like, "What's up, everybody?
I'm back. I'm back.
back."
I got really close with the people in the front. The coffee
Yeah.
guy too. He was like, "Are you not coming back?" I said, "No, I'm sorry."
I know.
He's like, "Well, follow me on Insta." I said, "Great."
You're like, I could give you some tips. I'm an amazing coffee maker. You guys, by the way, the Coffee Slut Podcast is what it's named for a reason. This woman is god tier level at making coffee. She made me a coffee, and I was like, "You just whipped this up in dang 2 minutes? Oh my God, you should be charging me $8 for this."
Oh no, never.
Good Lord,
But
it's amazing.
I know she came with energy. I was like, drink, and I was like, "Do you want a coffee?" And she's like, "Yeah, I think it's only right."
I have to have a coffee. Yeah, I'm on the Coffee Slut Podcast. It could be 5 p.m.
And it wouldn't matter.
No.
Right? Well, I was thinking espresso martinis like later in the evening,
Ooh,
but it would really depend on my guests. Maybe later.
that's true.
That'd be good.
I
That'd
would be
good
down.
one.
I don't even drink. I'd be
I
down.
don't even drink either. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I think an espresso martini would go very well.
100%.
But okay, I do want to start off with your story and get a little deep in raw if you want.
Yes.
So you started working out at 15.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me how you got into it a little bit.
I started working out because I really had never found a sport that I loved. I had done gymnastics. I did Irish step dancing.
I was about to say.
Yeah, like some lore, man. 6 years
That's
of Irish step
fucking
dancing.
amazing.
Yeah, it's very weird, but also such a fun. It was like, do not regret it at all. So much fun. And also so random. Everybody I tell them, like, I did Irish step dancing. They're like, who are you and what is that?
You also did gymnastics.
I did do gymnastics.
Did you like gymnastics?
Loved gymnastics. I wasn't the greatest at gymnastics. I started a little bit later.
Okay.
And so I got super into it. But I just realized, I'm like, this is not going to be a career. This isn't something I'm going to take far. So eventually I was like, this isn't realistic for me long term. I then got into track, and I learned so much from track, but I absolutely hated it. And I was frustrated because I was like, I really feel like I love to move. I love to be active, but I don't know what I want to do. And so in order to stay in shape for track, I went with my mom to a group fitness class.
Okay.
And I fell in love with the gym.
Yeah.
Fell in love with it. I loved everything about it. I loved working out. I loved training. I loved lifting weights, all of it. And so when I was 15, I mean, I went full send, and I ran track for one more season. I did like one more year of Irish step dancing. I was still doing class.
So you're doing all of them
group
at the same
classes.
time?
Oh yeah, girl.
Oh shit.
I got to a point where I was working out, I'm not even joking, like 20 times per week.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was just, and it was purely because I was so into working out. And also I definitely, like, looking back, had some serious like OCD like tendencies where I was just, it was an outlet for me to put my mind at ease.
Mhm.
But that's like a much later look back and realize, oh yes, this is like undiagnosed OCD
Mhm.
that we're dealing with.
And when you got into it, how did these shape your mindset in becoming disciplined, in becoming a female in athletics? And just because you don't see a lot of females, especially early on,
Yeah.
go far. Like in the gym is still kind of like taboo for a lot of people, especially this whole Pilates epidemic we're having.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, in the gym, lifting, It's interesting. I didn't really care. I didn't see a lot of the people that I talked to in the gym and the people that I used as like role models and were friends with were guys. And they were what I based my level of fitness off of. So in group classes, like I did the dude's weight. I was doing the dude numbers. I was competing with the guys and I just didn't really care. I
Mhm.
was kind of like, what up? Like I'm just here to have a good time and to lift. I think when I started really beginning to see it shape my mindset and also be able to see fitness as a way to set an example to others was when I started dealing with health issues
Mhm.
in the fitness space, which was, oh, this is why like women train differently than men because I have other hormones other than
Mhm.
just testosterone coursing through my body.
Yeah.
And and I haven't gotten a period in however many years. And oh, I'm like 10% body fat and that's really, really bad for a girl. And I was starting to get brain fog and I was starting to and it was things where I'm like and my anxiety is way higher than it usually is and I'm like tired but wired all the time. And so when I started running into health issues is actually when I realized I needed to exercise discipline, and that discipline was training hard when it was time to train hard, and then recovering when it was time to recover, and not using men as the scale to which I base my success off of, in the sense of if the dudes can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
If the dudes are training hard, so can I. If these fitness influencers are on going and doing all these workouts, then I have to do all of these workouts. And um, yeah, I think it was actually the like discipline, hustle, grind culture of social media and what I had pursued that got me to really gain a level of discipline, which is, oh, I'm running from something. I need to rest and actually sit
Yeah.
so that I can train harder in the long term and be healthy.
What year was this?
When I started really dealing with that,
Yes.
um, it started when I was probably 20. I'm 25 now, and it started when I was about 22. Was when
Okay.
I started really running into the health issues. Like I was developing REDS, which is relative energy deficiency in sport, and it's I started dealing with blood work markers that were poor, low ferritin. My hormone profile was just not quite the best. My adrenals were shot. My cortisol was through the
Mhm.
roof. Um, People that say, by the way, that burnout doesn't exist,
Oh.
you can politely fuck off. Like that was sorry. Am I allowed to cuss on this
Yes,
podcast?
of course.
Okay. You can fuck off because burnout does exist. I just yeah. I could go on a whole rant about the hustle culture that's on social
Oh,
media,
well,
but
we're gonna get into
oh.
like your coaching
Oh.
when you started coaching and how it became more to you after your experience. You started coaching at 19,
Yeah.
which was like I couldn't believe that you started at 19. I didn't start till 21.
Yeah.
So starting at 19, did you have any like pressure? Because you're like, oh shit, like I'm 19 and I'm gonna start my own fucking
Yeah, I was
business.
super nervous. I was super nervous. Actually, I wanted to start when I was 18, and really what pushed me into starting when I was 19 was two things. One, I hated my job so much as a hostess at Fridays that I quit.
You worked at Fridays?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, Fridays is non-existent now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a wow, I feel old. I was I was a hostess I was a hostess at Fridays, and then I hated it so much I quit after 3 months, and I knew that what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be a personal trainer, and um I was scared because I cared about it so much, and I was scared of failing and looking like a loser and falling short. And let me tell you, I did every single one of those things. I failed, I looked like a loser, and I fell short. But you know what? I out of that have been able to cultivate an entire business. And so, yes, in short, I was super nervous to start coaching, but I I was like, this is what I've got to do. I had listened to the Mind Pump guys on the
Oh my
podcast.
god,
Shout out
Mind
Mind Pump
Pump.
guys.
Yes. Oh my
They're like
god.
my dads. Seriously. They actually helped me through my parents' divorce. Like that's a whole
Oh
other
my
story.
gosh.
I used to listen to them talk because I had like severed ties with my dad for a little bit post divorce. Well, he severed them with me. Anyways, they were like the people I would listen to on my long depressing walks during COVID when my
Oh.
parents got divorced. And I'd be like, it's like they're my dads. And
Honestly, the Mind Pump guys are so amazing. They were probably the first people that made me feel really confident into like
yes.
coaching. And
Same.
I read Sebastian's right? Sebastian's book.
Sal.
Sal, sorry.
Sal
Yes.
DiStefano's book?
Sal.
Yes.
I got his book. It's actually up there, but I bought his book and I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to read it and I'm going to start.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So they were part of me starting because I was like, you know what? They gave me confidence that you can. It's actually kind of simple, and you don't have all the answers, but the people that are coming to you, you have more. You
Mhm.
know more than they do,
Yeah.
and you can. So thus you can help them.
Mm-hmm. And when you were becoming a coach, like, tell us, like, what did you do? You got your cert, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
You started your business. You got your LLC. Where did you start? Did you start in a gym or did you start online?
I started in a gym. I started at Momentum Fitness in Tallahassee. That's where I was born and raised, lived like my whole life before I moved to Iceland. Whole other situation. Anyways, so I got my NASM. Classic. Everybody
Classic
does.
one.
I was going to college from getting my degree in exercise physiology. And while I was doing those things, I was training part-time and I started training out of Momentum Fitness. And I built my business out of there. I trained part-time while I finished school. And then when I finished school, I started just like busting my ass. And I went from part-time to full-time in like 2 weeks. I got
Beautiful.
a bunch of clients and then I started just continuing to build my reputation, develop a good reputation. I wasn't really in a place to develop a niche, but I started kind of picking up a little bit more youth athletes and athletic populations, like athletic gen pop people
Mm-hmm.
that were really serious about their fitness even later in their life. And then I just sort of ran the Momentum Fitness gym in terms of as a trainer. I was a top trainer there. Owners changed. I had to leave. And so very abruptly, I was like, oh shit, what am I going to do? I got to get out of here, but I still want to train and I need like money to live. And so I built a garage gym,
Love.
like full equipped, not like a couple dumbbells at a garage gym, like full garage
You
gym.
went all in.
Yep. And then I did some online work. And so I had my online business, full garage gym. I actually grew my business out of my garage gym somehow and made more money than I ever had in my life. I ran that for 2 years and then decided I was going to go fall in love with some dude that lived in Iceland. And so then I moved my business again and I went fully online. And that's why now I'm exclusively online. I do train some clients virtually, still out of my garage gym because they love it there. But yeah, that's like the coaching Jenny.
Yeah. And I do want to ask you this. For people who want to immediately start online, would you advise them to start in person? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, to in person.
In
Do not
person.
start online. You don't know what you're doing. That sounds really mean. Wow.
But it's the truth.
But it's, yeah, for somebody who I needed all of that in-person experience. I needed also a gym because they were a safe ground. They had equipment. They had all the liability stuff. They ran all the systems for me. They fed me some clients. It's like a gym is, it doesn't matter if they take a decent commission, you guys. They take commission for a reason. They're helping you out. So like use it to get on your feet and develop a reputation. And then when you become actual hot shit, instead of acting like you're hot shit, then you can go and have your own business out of that and do your thing. And then you can start operating online. But if you're in an online setting, you need to have some understanding of how the body moves, works, how to interact with clients in person in order to be a better online coach. Because the online systems are there to help you to be a coach. And if you've never been a coach in person, that's going to translate poorly to online.
I think that's what gets me a little upset sometimes. It's like they just start online and they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they just feed you, oh, you want to look like me? And I think that's where it gets like.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to sell your own brand, that's fine. But also, in part, it's the world of it's the market. And if you're going to fall for it's capitalism, baby. And if you fall for it, then it's kind of on you. So I of course have no sympathy for coaches that are lying to get clients about their, who they are, their certifications, their credentials. But if you look at somebody and their body's their credential and that's their only credential, you are probably in for a disappointing experience with a coach.
Yep. And let's move into this hustle culture that you wanted to talk about a little
almighty.
bit. I personally get so burnt out and it's like I feel guilty resting. And I think it's just naturally entrepreneur. I'm a fitness coach. I'm like, I can't be like still. My mind's constantly going, but it's like this hustle culture that we've created. If we're not doing more, we're not doing enough. So I wanted your perspective on it.
The concept that I come back to is one called toxic productivity.
Okay.
And there is a certain point in which you can fill your day, but when you really distill your day out to extract the things that move the needle in your life, in your business, in your personal relationships, how much of that day that you've scheduled out actually does those things. And it is a very hard realization because for me personally, I was the same way. I would brag about how my day would be scheduled to the 15-minute mark. And all that left me was with a sense of unease, unhappiness, stress, and exhaustion. And there are a couple of things that helped me with this. One was I was forced to because of my health. I got so burnt out. I was literally sick. But being able to just sit with yourself, like to actually, if you have to, pencil in an afternoon where you're going to do nothing and just sit. Feeling those negative emotions was a powerful motivator for me to do something different because I thought, oh, I'm not running to anything. I'm running from these feelings that I'm feeling right now. And this is something that will follow me for the rest of my life if I allow it to.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is I thought I'm 24, whatever, however old, 23, 24 years old. What is the rush? Because if I get to whatever finish line that really doesn't exist actually, because I just keep making new finish lines. If I get to this finish line, what do I do then for the rest of my existence?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing was my faith, which is something that I don't share about like too much, but I grew up in the church, organized religion, and I have, we fight and we have some issues. I definitely went away from faith for a long time. And really, I realized I burned the entire religion of Christianity down because of the church. And I thought, I got to a place that was so low that I realized I got to at least ask some questions here
Mm-hmm.
because I need something because I'm not well. I remember a distinct moment where I was walking and I was so burnt out and I was so tired and I was so over it and I was depressed and I was in a very, very bad spot. And I fell to my knees, like in the park on my walk. And for the first time in a long time, I guess you could say prayed, but it was hardly a prayer. I just said, God, I don't know if you're real. I don't know if you're out there, but I need you to be real because I can't do this anymore. And the thing about faith that's really cool is, and the concept of Christianity is, there's nothing that you can do to earn favor or to win or to succeed or to whatever. And where I hate organized religion is a lot of it's because you just keep working to constantly earn that back.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it is. There's nothing you can do because you're enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're you. You existing is enough. Now, in the process of Christianity, the cool thing about it is if you're really operating in faith, you are doing works and you're doing things and you're pursuing some form of calling and you're loving on people and you're serving people and you're representing Christ well. And so, like, you still get to do a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, and in a lot of my pursuits as of recently, in the hard moments, in the moments where I feel extremely uncertain, in the moments where I've totally failed, in the moments where I don't know what to do, I feel super insecure, I feel really afraid, I can lean on the fact that I am not alone and I'm enough
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay as it is. And so the hustle culture, not only to me does it become its own religion, but it's also a lie
Mm-hmm.
and it's fake and it's a facade and its own idol. And I realized I fell for it hard. Hard.
I think that's the best way you could have put it.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, I love the way you put it. And I think also with the comparison with social media, it can be a great thing, but it can also be a consuming thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, get off your phone for a fucking hour and just sit with yourself and listen and be present. And I think that's been the hardest thing for me is like being present. But I'm just like, I could die tomorrow. I really could. And then not appreciating what I have in front of me, my family, my friends, this competition. I'm not going to be on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I just want to be around people who love fitness as much as I do.
Yeah.
Surrounded by friends, family, etc. And I'm just like, I'm just going to be present. Like there's nothing more important.
Presence is the best word. Presence is where there's a quote. It says presence is where time touches eternity.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's an amazing quote. It's essentially talking about how presence is a slice of heaven. Like presence is heaven. And in order to experience hell on earth, you fill your life with distraction and a desire for anything other than where you are right now. And that's what comparison is. Comparison is, whether you want to think about it from a religious perspective or not, it's saying what God's given me or what I have is not enough. My path, my plan, my journey is not good enough. And all that does is poison yourself. It fills you with a level of escapism, insecurity, fear, envy. None of these things are good. None of these things are going to make you feel better. And so the more you compare, the less your life is filled with anything good. Because in all of those emotions, you're poisoning your own environment that you're in right now. And I speak on that from plenty of personal experience, because in the land of social media, and also, you and I as entrepreneurs and running our own businesses, it's very hard to not compare, especially to compare ourselves to even ourselves, like our past version of ourselves or this future goal of ourselves that we want to have. So it can be really challenging.
Yeah. Especially in the space, especially, women are getting more and more into fitness.
Yeah. Speaking of that previous Mean Girls conversation you had, real.
Girl, I kid you not.
In the land of women empowerment, let me tell you, the people who are destroying the actual female forward movement the most are women. So
it's sadly, but it's true. It's
the meanest people that I've ever met have been women.
That's why I was like, okay, let me tell you this. Whenever Tim has said like there was gonna be another girl, I was like, okay, thank God. Like hopefully like we get along, because it's been so hard for me. I was in dance. Most of the people on my team were just rude. Thought everybody was better than everybody. And so I never felt comfortable. I always hung around boys because I felt like I could be authentically myself. Finally, I find women who are actually supportive and nice and like for once in my life. And I'm just like, not everybody's like this.
No, you just got to surround yourself with those. I say that, like, I don't want it to be a whole negative conversation on women, because there are amazing women out there. But and you know what? I don't even want to call them women. The women that you're girls. You guys are girls. To be honest, I love women. I hate girls.
Yeah.
I don't want to. We're not doing. I'm sorry. Middle school for me was 10 years ago. I'm good. No, it was longer than that. God damn. Like, what? We're not.
High school was 10 years for me.
Yeah. So. High school was 10 years ago. I'm not doing this mean girls shit. This is ridiculous. If you don't like me, don't talk to me. If you do like me, let's be friends. Like, I'm going to be nice to all the people. But also, if you are mean and like gossiping and toxic and all this, I'm just going to slowly see myself out. Because I don't understand why in a world where women can have whatever they want, there are still women out there pissed that women are going after whatever they want.
Yep. Yeah. And it's insane because it's usually the people that know you the best.
Yeah.
Are usually the women that are like, oh, well, why are you going to do this? Majority of the women now that I surround myself with, okay, you want to do this? How are we going to get there? Like, what's the plan? How are you going to do it?
You know why, though? It's because you're not around a bunch of insecure girls. It's a projection thing. The more, so and it's sad, because then the more that they hate too, the more that they realize that they're wasting energy on not working on themselves. So it's like this positive feedback loop of just nastiness.
It hurt people. That's the way I see it. That's the way I view it. I do want to talk about the struggles you were going with your body and your eating disorder. If you want to touch on that. And disclaimer, if you have an eating disorder, please seek help. please go, talk to somebody. But I do want to talk to you about it.
Yeah. We're going to talk all about how I didn't seek help. Now let's talk about how I did everything the wrong way. Yeah, so part of fitness and me getting into fitness when I was 15, it was also like right around the sweet spot time of Instagram coming out. It was 7th grade when Instagram came out.
Shit.
So
It was 6th, 7th grade. Yeah.
Yeah, so great time for that to be launched for me. Just perfect. I was the guinea pig on that. Big fat fail. Anyways, I had just gotten really into fitness, and to be honest, I didn't know that I had an eating disorder. My friend at the time she had an eating disorder, she was a couple years older than me, she pointed it out because I was just really into working out, and I was eating like, a normal girl would. So I'm like, I'll have a salad, a protein shake, I'll have some candy, whatever. But like, it was not enough working out as much as I was working out.
Yeah.
And also I was a growing girl, and I thought it was normal to not get my period. I was like, the luck of the gods, like,
You're like, yes.
yeah, I'm actually God's favorite, y'all. Yes. And so my friend pointed out, she was like, what have you had today? This is like your 3rd workout. And I was like, oh, I had a protein shake. I've had a salad. I'm gonna have dinner after this. And she's like, it's 6 p.m. And I'm like, yeah, correct. Right. Which is
Also, if you're eating 1,200 calories, that's what a baby should be eating. I have to say that.
correct. So, and that's the response that I got from her as
Oh,
well,
for real?
which was it's 6 p.m. And so she like made me dinner, and she essentially, without trying to be like, you were entering into eating disorder territory, I had worked myself into exercise-induced anorexia without even realizing it. And I remember the moment that it was a problem was when I had gotten in-body done, and I'd gotten skin fold calipers done, and my in-body said that I was 14% body fat, and the skin fold calipers put me at like 9 or 10% body fat, which for everybody listening to this, for a female, that is extraordinarily low. That is very, very low. A healthy, lean woman is anywhere from like 18 at the low to like 24%. So if you're seeing lower than that, you're entering into like, you're going to lose your cycle, hormone disruption, life is not good for you anymore. The problem is when I saw those numbers, I was proud.
Oh, okay.
And it was not something that I recognized at the time. This is all hindsight, but I remember thinking like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. And from there, it sort of started consuming me. I talk about how I joke about like undiagnosed OCD. I do have like these thought loops and these hyperfixations that I've had since I was a kid. And so I started hyperfixating on what I was eating, how I was training, my workouts, my sessions, how everything was going. And it began to just mold into this like wonderful little monster, which came to really fruition when I was about 22. And like, there's only a certain amount that your body can handle. And it was when my health was the worst, that was when it became the worst, because now on a cellular level, your body's like fighting for food, your hormones are disrupted, you're depressed. So you're dealing with all of these things that are making you want to eat more. Then you're also starving, so you're eating more. So then I got into binge eating disorder. And that was when I realized I was like, I really need help. Like, I really need to talk to somebody. And I never went to I did not never. I hadn't gone to any health professional, aka I didn't go to a therapist for another 2 years. It was like 24 or late 23 was when I actually talked to a therapist. But I started talking to friends about it. And so and it was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing for me because I thought I can have discipline in every area but this. And now I'm struggling with binge eating, and what is this? And just stop. Like, why can't you just stop? And why do you have these things? And what's going on with your brain? And what's wrong with you? Or what's wrong with me? And I'm a coach. I'm supposed to be able to like, I shouldn't have these problems. And, but it didn't matter because I did. And what I realized as I started talking to health professionals and I started getting like actual help and started working on getting healthy and getting blood work done and working on improving my blood markers, I realized I was fighting not just many years of fucked up thought patterns and societal expectations and, you know, all of these other things. I was also fighting like on a cellular level health issue. Like I was
Mhm.
fighting, it was not a discipline issue. It was
Mhm.
not because I just couldn't say no to this cookie and I just kept eating. And no, I mean, it was like my thyroid was fucked up. Like my hormones were messed up.
Mhm.
My estrogen was off. My cortisol was through the roof and dysregulated. And so because of these things, it's like you're experiencing symptoms of depression. You're experiencing cellular fatigue that your body's trying to fight. Your leptin and your ghrelin hormones are off, which are your hunger and satiety
Mhm.
hormones. So um it was it was a hard but also really incredibly beautiful experience because I realized I'm not the problem and I'm not broken. I just I'm not at my healthiest self.
Mhm.
And when I could finally like get some help and like actual medical intervention, um God is life changing. Life changing. So I don't know if anybody who's listening to this struggles with disordered eating or an eating disorder or, food noise or things like that, but don't just I would say talk to someone,
Mhm.
but go get like blood work done because you are fine. Like, and you're doing okay and you are enough and you're not broken and you don't have a problem and there's nothing wrong with you and it's going to be okay. And whatever cycle you're in right now, you will get out of it. And it's not going to be this amazing, straightforward, linear progression. But when you can get some help medically, it will change your life. And whether it is, thyroid medication or an antidepressant or it's a GLP-1, or now it's really actually like GLP-2, GLP-3 that are
Mhm.
showing signs of helping with food noise and things like, and also insulin sensitivity and stuff. But whatever it is for you, get what you need to get.
Yeah.
And also when you get those things, you're not broken for needing those things
Mm-mm.
either. I thought I was weak if I had to take a thyroid medication.
Mm.
I thought I was weak for having to get ferritin infusions. I thought I was weak for seeking out help to help with my insulin sensitivity with a GLP-2. I thought I was weak for all of these things. And now I realize I'm like, dude, I feel
Oh,
so good.
you feel good, right?
I feel amazing.
It's so crazy because it's like a lot of people want to look like somebody else. They don't want to look like themselves.
Yeah.
And then they struggle with that. They struggle with what you're struggling with. Mine was the total opposite. I couldn't let go of this fat. I was always thinking about food. I was
Mhm.
always thinking about what am I going to eat next. And I never for 6 years I never thought in my life I was like there's just something fucking wrong with me.
Oh, I had that once when I got into binge eating, it was the same way. My food noise was incessant. It was all day, and then the OCD, the thought
Yeah.
loops were made it way worse. So you get stuck in this cycle, and it's exhausting. I mean, I'm sure you understand this, but it's like all day you could be having conversations, and in the back of your mind, you're having a conversation
Yep.
with yourself about
Mhm.
do you deserve to eat, when you're going to eat next, what you're going to eat. It's a stressful process to even pick what you eat because when you're done eating, you're already thinking about the next thing, and I want more. And should I have had that meal? Was it really worth it? And I'll just eat a little bit more today, an extra meal, and I won't eat breakfast tomorrow. And you, the only reprieve you get briefly is sleep, and you will wake up, and sometimes it will start immediately again, and it's like, why do I keep thinking
Yeah.
about this? And it's not because you're broken. Like I just want to so emphasize that you're not broken. You're okay. There's probably something like health wise going
Mhm.
on. Plus, on top of that, stress, environmental, how you've been raised. And I'm not here to pull a feminist card, but the way that society has fucked women over with how they're supposed to look and what they're supposed to eat and what they're supposed to wear and how they're supposed to behave, bro, like you are operating out of a tough spot.
Yeah.
So you're doing fine. But yeah, be careful. I just want to preface this with I'm going to talk about GLP-1s for a second, but please be careful getting them or having them prescribed to you because if you are in active eating disorder, that you're playing with fire. So you need to be very cautious.
Yeah, and I think really do your research on who you get it from
Yes. Where you're getting these
because
peptides, they need to be a tool and not a way for you to continue to propel said disordered eating behavior.
yeah.
But a low dose of a tirzepatide
Mhm.
is very, very helpful with reducing food noise, potentially eliminating food noise, and allowing for you to have improved insulin sensitivity so that you can have a healthy, steady weight loss if that's what you need, or relationship with food in general. Um, and that is what has helped me with
Yeah.
a
I
lot.
mean,
Also, in
help me too.
T3, changed my life, baby. Changed my life.
I mean, help me too. Like, I mean, I lost already 22 pounds, but my main focus was always like food. Don't feel guilty for feeling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We need to eat. Like, I'm fucking training as hard as I can for this competition, and I need food. Like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like something we have to earn. It's just
Yeah.
naturally what we need. We need to eat. And it's so crazy how many women skip lunch. I'm just like,
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
I'm like, you only eat breakfast?
Or skip breakfast. A lot of women skip breakfast too. I used to do that all the time. Dude, it'll mess you up, man. This is, yeah, you got to be cautious with fasting, intermittent fasting, things like that. And also comment on your remark on trying to fit into trying to be someone else's body.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, a lot of the bodies that you see are, let's go past the editing thing, because we all know everyone edits, okay? We all know everyone's finding the best lighting and editing and stuff. Let's go past that to a lot of those people are paying for peptides, therapies, other treatments.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting, all their job is to train. They're getting prepped meals. They're having coaches that they're paying hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month for. They're paying a lot of money for retatrutide, tirzepatide. They're
Mm-hmm.
paying for BPC 157. They're paying for MOTS. They're utilizing plenty of peptides on their own. I guarantee you
Yep.
to get them to a place where they can look that way. And so if you're working a 9 to 5, you just want to be fit, you want to feel good, you want to look a little snatched in a dress, do not think that person is they are using all of the tools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're doing fine. That person is using all the cheat codes.
I always say too, you need to work around your lifestyle, not the other way
Correct.
around. I always tell my clients that. I'm like, you need to work around your lifestyle. Don't focus on how these people look, how you're supposed to look. You have such a different lifestyle than me or my other client or Sam and Joe, whatever. It's not going to look the same.
Yep. And your lifestyle, as you continue to train and do those things, might slowly change into the lifestyle that you want. But it doesn't, again, you might not want my lifestyle. I train all the freaking time. I literally like work, train, eat,
Cook,
sleep.
I love when you cook. I love your cooking page.
Dude, I need to get
It's
on
so
that.
cute.
I know. I
love
love cooking.
It's so much. It's like therapy for sure.
I know. Whenever Blaine orders meal prep, I'm like, I feel offended actually right now. And he's like, it's just easier. I want to take less off your plate. And I'm like, no.
Let me do it.
Thank you. Yes.
So I do want to get into, because you're a running girly.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I asked the questions in the beginning. They were there for a purpose. But getting into endurance training, how was that transition?
I just jumped into it.
You just did it?
I've done like conditioning stuff and I've done running. But to get into like, I'm going to train for a 5K, I'm going to train for a half marathon, I kind of just jumped into it.
Yeah.
I had been training endurance clients. That's where sort of my niche went. I found a lot of runners that were just absolutely broke. They were not feeling good. And strength training does a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like because my background is strength. And so I helped them get to a place where they could run pain-free, all year round. And I thought, I really think that I could get into running. And so I started running and I fell in love with it. Now I love strength training. I'll always strength train. I strength train during my endurance blocks, but running is just one of those places where I feel like, I don't know, you just don't, it's no other feeling that it gives me.
Bro,
For the
fast.
neurodivergent individuals, man. Running is the place. I'm not super. I'm slow compared to so many other.
When you were
the comparison game, look at me.
I know, no. But like when you were training next to me, and you were like, "Okay, do this, this, and this." When we were at C4,
Yeah,
and you just fucking crushing it, and it's not even comparing. It's just like, damn, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not an endurance girly. I'm not a distance girly. Like, that's just not me. But the way you were fucking shredding that treadmill, I was like, bro, sport treadmill.
I have.
She's like, wait, yes.
I have. Well, no, I have broken. I have definitely required maintenance on a couple of the treadmills in Iceland. First of all, Iceland.
Already?
Yeah, these old ass Life Fitness treadmills, get it together. I'm also like, I'm clumpity clumping on it, but like I don't weigh that much. Come on, it's not like Blaine's on there, 220-pound dude running. It's me. And yeah, but no, I have gotten done with a workout because I'm mile training, so I'll be doing 400s at like 5:20 pace or 5, and so I get done with the treadmill and I take my headphones out, and the treadmill's like,
oh my god,
and I'm like, oh, I broke this.
Dude, so funny. I saw a video of a girl like sprinting at Lifetime.
Okay.
I kid you not. She was like at the end, and you know how there's thousands of fucking treadmills at Lifetime.
Yeah.
There's like so many. Kid you not, I think she was making the noise.
Yeah.
But she was just sprinting, or she was like endurance training. Another member is like, you're so loud. I can't even hear myself. I can't even hear my music.
I saw that video.
I said, oh, well, that's mean.
Yeah. Back to the mean girlies.
Well, it's just like, it's crazy because like if I see somebody like fucking going at it at the treadmill, I'm like, yes. I'm like, you do that because I could never.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't care that much that I was causing a noise disruption. I was more pissed because I'm like, man, I got to figure out a new treadmill next week. This is broke. This thing's a dud.
So you mentioned a Golf Wins Run Club community?
Yeah.
What is that?
The Golf Wins running group is the running group that's based out of Tallahassee, and it is an incredible running group. It's quite a gem. It's like very rare to have such a huge running group, and it's people of all ages. I mean, you got kids to like old people out there running. They are so big in the community. They host so many races. They're associated and affiliated with so many races. They have so many opportunities for lectures you can go to. I've spoken at the Golf Wins meetings a couple of times as a guest lecturer. I have trained so many people out of Golf Wins. There are running groups every weekend that you can go to where you're running. I mean, if you're running an 11-minute mile, if you're running 6-minute miles, if you want to go get speed work, I mean, there's something almost every day running wise that people will go out and meet up at. And Tallahassee does not have that much other than like FSU, so they got like a lot of cocaine probably. And then they also have really great places to run. Like Tallahassee is just one of those places where whether you're running on the road, trails, anything, like Tallahassee's great. And so Golf Wins Track Club is just, I don't think I will ever find anything like it again, because there are obviously running groups, but Golf Wins is just, it's truly such a community. It's not like a small niche thing or kind of an exclusive group.
It's
it is
for
like
everybody.
It's for everyone.
I love that. I love that. I love whenever different ages too, because everybody's in a different chapter in their life.
Mm-hmm.
For people who want to start endurance training, what would be like the first couple steps to take, especially like if they have had an injury, they are really, really new to running, they just want to get into it, they want to run their first like 3 or 5K.
Mm-hmm. Buy my programs. No, I was kidding.
Go run,
go run to my programs. And it's when the sales pitch begins. I think that the first thing is, in all seriousness, if you can invest in a coach, I think it'd be great. Either invest in a coach or invest in a good solid program for yourself. Especially if you're coming out of an injury like this, that's where I'd almost 100% of the time, like just spend the money, because you're going to end up spending the money either in PT or getting treatment, or with, so just spend it on a coach or spend it on a program. But if you are not willing, or you don't have quite the money to make that investment at the time, and you're perfectly healthy, start with like run a few days a week, strength train a couple days a week, and see how that goes. I think a 5-day-a-week plan, and then building off of that. If you're building up to a half marathon, you're going to end up wanting to run like 5 days a week. You'll probably be lifting 2 to 3 times a week for feeling good. But start with a few days a week running, a couple days a week lifting, and nothing crazy. You don't need to have like a speed day or a threshold day or do endurance, or you're doing mile repeats, or you're doing 10 minutes of, zone 4 effort and then a zone 2 run over the weekend. You don't need to worry about that. Just go out and run for like 20 minutes. And if you are super new, do a walk run. Mm-hmm. Walk for a minute, run for a minute for 20 minutes. Doesn't even have to be a hard run. But I think being able to have some time on feet, being able to just experience what it feels like to run, and slowly progressing in duration of run or time on feet is going to be the best way to get to a place where you're running, you're a little bit more confident in your running, and you're doing it in a way that's pain-free. Because the worst thing that I see is people either start adding in a bunch of runs really quickly, or they extend the duration of their runs. They go for a 30-minute run 3 times a week, and then all of a sudden 3 times a week they're trying to do hour-long runs. So just be cautious when it comes to jumping in volume or intensity in your runs or your lifts during that
Yeah.
block.
What's like something that's very underrated about runners?
Underrated. The community. I think people make fun of runners all the time, but there's a reason that so many people are addicted to it. I think just the community and going out and having people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
On a long run, on a Saturday, I'll go out and you're out there sometimes with people for 10, 15 miles. So anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. And the bonds that you form, the conversations that you have, it's so enjoyable. It's truly such a cool experience. And the underrated thing about running is the places that your mind will take you to if you also run by yourself. Um, I've had so many like introspective moments, fun moments, hard moments. I've run the whole gambit of emotions on runs, and I think it's the one time that if you're not listening to like music or podcast, it's like the one time where you're really truly in this like meditative state,
Mm-hmm.
away from your phone for, anywhere from 30 minutes to a few hours.
Yeah.
So it's it's a crazy experience.
I give you guys props whenever you guys are like training for a marathon, going for your long runs. I'm like, bro, you're telling me you're going for a 19-mile run today.
Yeah.
I give you guys a lot of props because I'm just like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, you're deep. You're deep in a running block, and you're like deep in the running space when you're like, oh, I just ran a easy 10 today, and because I used to look at people like, oh, I just ran an easy 10 miles today, and then I was that person. I was telling one of my clients, I'm like, oh yeah, it was not too bad. I just ran an easy 10, and they're like, I don't like you. It's like, that's so fair. That really actually did sound so pretentious coming out of my mouth.
I'm like, what time did you start?
Yeah.
That's my question every time.
In the summer in Austin or Florida, God bless. You be start at 6.
5.
Yeah.
Like 5, 6. I'm just like,
mm-hmm.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Find a route with a bathroom. Take a shit on the way. It's all good.
So I want to end it a little bit with your move to Iceland.
Okay.
How's that been?
It's been wonderful and challenging and quite an experience. Iceland is beautiful. It's very isolating. It's definitely not home, but it's got its benefits with everything. It's got its benefits and its drawbacks. For the audience, I fell in love with a man who lives in Iceland, and so I also moved to Iceland,
Mm-hmm.
and we will eventually probably be relocating to Austin, Texas.
Beautiful.
Yes, that's the goal. But for now, we spend probably a solid 2/3 of our year in Iceland, and it's challenging because I have to face a lot of things that I wouldn't have faced otherwise. I had to face the fear and the discomfort of leaving like my home, my community, all of those things. I had to face a lot of uncertainty. I still am faced with uncertainty all the time. And I think it's cool because uncertainty exists in every moment of everybody's life, but when you really feel it, it's like such an uncomfy feeling.
Yeah.
But it's an important one that people I think need to be exposed to. And it has also allowed me to really find gratitude in just not just holding fast to my faith and like holding strong to my faith and embracing that, but I've been so grateful, like so much more grateful of my work, my clients, my ability to move my body and train, my relationship with my partner, my the time that I do spend with my family and my friends, the conversations that I get to have, just getting a voice memo from a friend, when I'm in Iceland, I'm like, this is the best day ever. Like, this is so awesome. So I think that the move to Iceland is like exactly what it's supposed to be for me.
I love that. What has been your favorite like food over there so far?
Okay, since coming back, I really I every day I can have like skyr, which is it's like an Icelandic Greek yogurt type of
Okay.
vibe.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So skyr and cottage cheese, and like I can eat all the things. I love them. I include them in my day to day, like all the time. The I can't eat them here. I
Yeah.
had
And
cottage cheese here, and I was like, this is gross. And I used to eat Good Culture cottage cheese.
I was about to say.
Good Culture's kind of like the top dog, and I had Good Culture, and I was like, nope.
Stop. It's
Yeah.
better over there.
Oh, way better.
Oh.
So all of their dairy products and their meat products are noticeably better, and Iceland is part of the EU, so it's just
Mhm.
like European food, bro. Is
Yeah.
better, and it is like my stomach has been not quite the same since I've returned. So, meat and dairy in Iceland is just top tier. You can go to the grocery store and you get eggs, and like all of the eggs are good. You don't have to like choose between the expensive like happy chicken eggs or the like abused chicken eggs for less. You don't have to do that. You just pick eggs, and they're just good.
That's all marketing.
Yes. Yeah. You can go to the store and you can get like fresh bread. You don't have to go to a bakery to get fresh bread. You just will go into the grocery store and it's just
Isn't
there.
that so insane?
Yeah. So the food I would say in Iceland is you just feel better. It's
So
better.
much
It's more
better.
simple. It's a lot easier to eat clean too because there's not all of this like shit around you everywhere where it's just like, ugh, everything looks gross and tastes kind of nasty and artificial. In Iceland, it's like, this is just the food we have.
Yeah.
Not like they don't have fast food and,
Yeah.
and candy and stuff like that, but it's just way easier to eat clean and eat simply and feel good when you eat clean instead of being like, why does cottage cheese make me want to die?
Bloat.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This should not happen.
If someone is chasing the perfect body right now,
Mm-hmm.
what would you tell them?
What is perfect?
Perfect.
I'd say what is perfect. And when you get to whatever you deem is perfect, really, really like close your eyes and imagine it. And how will you feel? How will it change your life? And that's not a leading question into you're going to feel the same and it's going to change. Having a nice body does feel good because it comes with a lot of things. You're fitter, you're healthier,
Mhm.
you have discipline in certain areas, you have routines around your life. Like you've pursued something challenging and you've gotten it. But then you also have to understand like your insecurities, your fears, your uncertainties, your bad days, those are all still there.
Always.
They don't go away. Like, let me tell you what, I've had a lot of cries with a 6-pack, baby. So I don't know what to tell you, you know.
I just cry a lot.
I know. Dude, it doesn't matter if I am like 150 pounds or 120 pounds. I be crying.
I want to do a little rapid fire. I
Ooh.
love doing these.
I love that.
Go to pre-workout drink.
Oh my God. My first thing that comes to mind is the C4
There
energy
you go.
drinks. They're so
Y'all
good.
drink that shit like nothing.
Oh, they're so dangerous. I know when I was in Iceland, I was drinking coffee like a sane person only. And then it's like coffee, energy drink. What else can I have? Another energy drink?
Cardio or lifting forever?
Lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Probably lifting. Yeah. It just I'll stay alive longer and I'll look sexier for longer.
I love that. That should be your tagline. I look sexier for longer.
Yeah.
I love
stay
it.
sexy for as long as possible.
A habit you had to unlearn.
That's more than what I've had to learn. I swear to God, the second 3/4 or the second 3/4, what am I saying? The last 3/4 of my life, however long I live, are going to be spent unlearning shit. Probably what we're talking about. Doing stuff all day doesn't mean that you're actually productive.
Yes, period. I love that. Current obsession outside of fitness.
I love cooking. It's not yet, but it's coming, is my sourdough journey.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
beginning
That's
it.
a lot of time.
I'm a basic bitch like that. I'm a trad wife like that.
You have to name your sourdough starter something.
I had a name, but I lost it. I had started my journey in Tallahassee, and then I moved, and I was like, I'm not going to bring a starter to freaking on a plane with me like a goddamn creepo. So then I was like, I can't. And then in Austin, I didn't have the time to make the starter. And yeah, so
It takes a while.
the journey will begin. I'll be spending 6 months in Iceland. And so that's when my sourdough journey will begin.
Perfect. One word that describes your relationship with yourself today.
Ooh. The first thing that came to mind was evolving.
Love.
Evolving.
I love it. Well, I want to thank you. This was so much fun.
Dude, thanks so much for having me on. I love podcasts.
I was like so excited. I was literally excited before she left to Iceland. I was like, you need to get on the podcast when you come back for Apex. I kid you not. I was like, I want to have you on.
I feel like I talked everybody's ear off. Sorry, guys.
No, I love it. But I feel like
put me in 1.5 speed. It'll be fine.
There's so many people that need to hear this and like to hear what you've been through, but like in the fitness space, especially as women, it needs to be heard.
Yeah.
That's why I was so happy to have you on. And when you sent me your information, I was like, oh, period. This is gonna be a great episode. Where can people find you?
My Instagram is abigail.crowe, my first and last name with a little period in the middle. And that's the best way to reach me, find me. And then you can also, my website's there via my Instagram. You can also find me on the Alchemical Life podcast, which is on YouTube. And so you can see there's so much free information in the podcast there. I keep it mostly educational, so that people just can kind of get free info. And then all of my information is there too. So my website, my Instagram, my email, all my stuff. My social security, it's probably on there. I mean, you could really find anything. You could really,
it's all on there. It's on one page.
Yeah, you can buy a program and also steal my social security information. And so then you steal my identity and you can buy the program from yourself.
Free.
It's an investment.
It's an investment. Well, I want to thank you for being on. Please go follow her and please go find her, especially if you're going to start running. I would definitely hire Abigail as a coach. She's very supportive, educated woman.
I love running.
And she just loves it so much. And hopefully she can help you find that passion as well for running. And if you have not subscribed to the Coffee Slut podcast, I don't know what you're doing. It takes like 5 seconds. Not
Seriously.
even 2 seconds. It's just a button.
Let's take a pause. Good.
Okay,
right.
cool.
Good to know you subscribed.
Okay, beautiful. And then I'll make sure to put her links down in the description below. And then for us too, for all our socials. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Yeah.
Oh my God. What an awesome.